say your mic's not
Okay. This will work?
Yes.
Okay, let's try this
That's
again.
better.
Surprised my voice didn't carry all the way to the back. Anyway, again, my name is Nan Owen Hookman. I am the director of Safe Haven, which is located at Cudahy United Methodist Church on the corner of Lake Drive and Ramsey. We are an open and inclusive community center offering things such as a free coffee shop, hence the coffee in the back room, a clothing bank for anyone who needs it. We do hot meals on 2 Saturdays a month and have an emergency food pantry to fill in for the resources of our wonderful Project Concern during times when they are closed. That's just a few of the things that we do there. And of course, voter education, which is why we're all here tonight. If anyone at the end of this wants to stop, Esther and I are here. We can answer any questions, let you know hours. But mostly the best thing would be come and have a cup of coffee with us on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday morning. See what we're all about and let us know what you're about and what you need. Okay.
All right, welcome to the Candidates Forum for City of Cudahy Mayor, sponsored by Safe Haven. My name is Peggy Creer from League of Women Voters, and I will be your forum moderator. I'm joined by other volunteers by the League of Women Voters of Milwaukee County who will help run tonight's forum. The League of Women Voters is a non-profit, nonpartisan grassroots organization that promotes informed and active participation in government. As a nonpartisan group, the League neither endorses nor opposes political candidates or parties. A healthy democracy relies on engaged citizens, so we thank you for being here tonight to learn about the candidates. Election day is April 1st, and with proper documentation, you may still register or update your registration when you go to vote. Tomorrow is the last day to vote at City Hall to cast an early in-person absentee ballot. We have voter registration and election information at the table near the entrance. If you have a question for tonight's forum, please write it on the cards being distributed and pass it to one of our volunteers. Questions were also solicited via an online form, and many questions were submitted. Questions may not be directed to a single candidate. All questions will be asked of both candidates. And we will focus on questions pertinent to the elected office. Our question sorters will be marking duplicate questions, which are very common, sorting by category, and they may write on the cards to reword for brevity or just to improve legibility. We ask that the audience refrain from cheering or other demonstrations in support of or opposition to anything that's said, and please also refrain from distracting activities, including the use of cell phones. I'd also invite you to visit vote411.org. This is a website, a voter resource website run by the National League of Women Voters with help from hundreds of local leagues around the country. The Vote 411 website has election information as well as a candidate question and answer, where local leagues ask candidates questions and their responses are printed verbatim. We also welcome you to join the League of Women Voters, which despite its name welcomes all. The League was formed in 1920 after the passage of the 19th Amendment granting women's voting rights. The League was formed to educate women on voting and public policy matters. Our mission is unchanged, but now we keep the name to honor our founders, and our efforts are directed at all citizens. Today's candidate forum will be recorded in its entirety, and it will be posted probably tomorrow on vote411.org. 2 candidates are running for 3-year terms as Cudahy Mayor. Joining us tonight are Jill Reesley and Kenneth Jankowski. The candidates have chosen to be addressed by their first names tonight. We will begin with 2-minute opening statements from the candidates, followed by questions with 2-minute responses for each answer, and then closing statements. The candidates drew numbers to determine the order of speaking, and the order of first response will go back and forth throughout the night. Our timer sitting here will let you know when you have 30 seconds and when you must stop, so please keep an eye on that. So let's begin with opening statements. Jill is going to go first, so in 2 minutes or less, tell us why you're running for office. Yes.
Okay, as a longtime resident, I too do not like losing our last grocery store and our biggest festival, Sweet Applewood. Well, the losing stops here. It's no secret that some of our neighborhoods are in desperate need of revitalization. We have an opportunity to breathe new life into these areas, whether it's redeveloping vacant lots, repurposing old buildings, or attracting new businesses. But it's important we do this in a way that respects the character of our city and the people who have lived here for generations. Our strength lies in our people. Encouraging volunteerism will help us build a stronger, more engaged community. Whether it's through local cleanups, mentoring programs, or supporting small businesses, we need to foster a culture of giving back. Finally, we cannot ignore the heartbreaking loss of small businesses over the years. These businesses are the lifeblood of our city, and I'm committed to supporting them through economic incentives, streamlined regulations, and community programs. At the same time, we must ensure we protect the traditions that define us, from local festivals and parades to the values that have made this community strong for generations. As your mayor, I promise to work tirelessly to strike the right balance, ensuring our city thrives in both the present and the future. Let's build a community that embraces change, preserves its history, and provides opportunities for everyone.
Everyone see me okay? Okay, good. Quick introduction, my name is Ken Jankowski. I've been a resident here since 2019. I'm 53 years old. I'm married to my wife for about 16 years. We have 4 grown children. They're all out of the house, thank God. We moved to Cudahy because it's a great community. We're vested here. I spent 32 years in the fire service. I retired as a fire captain. Public service I've been doing for more than half my life. It's not just what I did, but it's who I am. I've always been the guy to step up to the plate, be a leader, not only in the community, but what I did for a job. I get involved. I'm not afraid to go out and knock on doors and talk about things that can change. Economic development is important here. Yes, we have a lot of vacant stores and a lot of things going on. I'm the guy to go out and try and help get those businesses here. I don't know many other mayors or alders that have actually gone out and actually solicited businesses like I have recently. I'm a guy that, if you have a good idea, I want to hear about it. I have an open door policy. Even when I was in the fire service, by policy, I would empower my people to come with me with ideas to get the job done and help move everything forward. So a good idea is a good idea, no matter who you are, where it comes from, I want to hear about it. I've been involved as an alder for like the last 3 years. Some things I've helped do, I've helped facilitate the building of the new fire station. I helped mitigate the pickup and drop off with Mitchell Elementary School when it came to picking kids up and dropping them off. And I brought more attention to the Cudahy Park contamination issue, which I'm not done yet. So we've got some signs there to tell everybody about it. We have a lot more work to do. I'm here to work for you. I work hard. I'm a boots on the ground kind of guy. I don't screw around and get the job done. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to try this microphone. It cuts in and out, but now we'll move on to questions, and you have 2 minutes, up to 2 minutes each to respond. This question, we're going to begin with Ken. And the question is, how will you make sure city government is transparent and includes residents in the decision-making process? Maybe I should just project it. I'll try that.
So we're doing that already with the current Common Council. We've all committed to being transparent. The city administrators had these open meet and greet type meetings. Me as the new mayor, first of all, I'm going to move the mayor's office from out of the back of the city hall back to where in the front where it should be, so that people can come and talk to the big guy. And we took up talk about those things. Involvement. We are always welcome for people to come to city council meetings, express your concerns, get involved with different committees. If you go on the website, it shows you where the vacancies are. If I'm the new mayor, I'm gonna get a list of everybody that's on those committees and commissions and go through it and see who's been doing what, are they contributing, are they not, because it's important to have the right people in the right spot. So with that, we always encourage phone calls. People that know me as their alder person, they know that I've always gotten back to them within 24 hours, if not sooner. I take care of the issue, I get you the answers to your question, even though you might not like it all the time, but I'm one of those that feel that you're important as anybody, you are the voters. So the city government, with the current council, all the pistons are firing. We are willing to make changes based on what constituents want to move the city forward. It's time that we move the city into the 21st century. Even though we're in the 21st century, we're lagging behind. So with everybody's involvement, yours included, we can move things forward and make it a better place.
As far as transparency goes, you can come into City Hall at any time and ask to see just about anything, and they'll show it to you. The committees and boards that are available, as soon as the terms are up, the seats are available, you can volunteer to be on any of them. There again, it's volunteering. Like everybody laughed when I pushed volunteering, but that's what it is. Whatever's your interest, the door is open. Come on in and volunteer. There's lots to do, whether it's at City Hall or the Historical Society, the library, parks people. There's anything you want to do, we want your help. As far as seeing the mayor, doesn't matter where his office is, knock on the door. I'm sure Ken will see you, I would see you, Tom would see you, the current mayor, they're all there. We're there to see you. Kelly will help you. Whatever you need help with, any departments will help you.
Thank you. The next question goes to Jill first, and it's one of the three biggest challenges that Cudahy faces in the next 5 to 10 years, and do you have plans to address those challenges?
The biggest challenge is to stick with the master plan. Oops, I'm sorry. The biggest challenge is to stick with the master plan. And that will be getting Packard Avenue straightened out, get redevelopment. We've got to, well, it's gonna, if you need new businesses here, we're gonna have to slow the traffic down. As soon as you're looking for any of the buildings and where your store might be, people pass you on the parking lane. Now, if you don't know where you're going, so you gotta slow the traffic down. We're going to, and as soon as the school is finished, we're going to have more traffic, which includes pedestrians, bikes, more cars. There's going to have to be more parking along there. And that's all going to have to be addressed. So, and then we've got another, apartment complex where the ice port used to be, or wanted to be, and, so that's going to be more traffic, so we're gonna have to address that. And to get development, we just have to sell the city. And that's going to be the hardest thing to do. You can't make anybody come here. They have to want to come here, so that's going to be the hardest thing.
Okay, some of our biggest challenges, some my opponent has mentioned families that are coming here. And we have changed the zoning and such to get new complexes in here. Sherry mentioned the Scoot, she mentioned the place where the old ice board is going in, that's gonna be 247 units. It took a lot of work for us to do that. Now with that, we all talk about the grocery store that went away. That's always a point of contention with a lot of people in the area. With the influx of new families, more people, the businesses will come. It's almost reciprocal. We need the business here to bring the people, we need the people to bring the business. Fortunately for us, Festival of Foods is closed, Piggly Wiggly is closed. Now with these influx of families and more people coming, it might make us look a little more attractive to a grocery store type facility. It could be a Trader Joe's, maybe a Sundays to Go, or a Hy-Vee, or Fresh Time, whatever. The whole traffic thing, the speed limit cut is 25. So I don't know exactly what that's all about. I mean, we've shown the data. We had the police department put up speed minders and the data just does not support the claim. So with that, you know, I don't know if that's here or there. I mean, we have police officers, they just need to do their job. I'm sure there are speeders here and there, and it's just what it is. The other challenges we have are, yes, we need to bring businesses here. We are currently hiring a communications coordinator. Part of that person's job will be to market the city, which we can do through social media, commercials, advertising. And as the CEO of the city, which is the mayor, hopefully me, I'll be on all those platforms promoting the city along with this person. Thank you.
The bulk of the questions that were submitted had to do with development, so we're gonna stay on that topic here. This time, Ken will answer first. How do you address blight on Packard Avenue, particularly Packard Plaza?
Okay, so here we go. So the blighted areas. So I sit on the CDA, that's the Community Development Authority. So in order to have revitalization in any city, you have to designate an area for revitalization. And in order to do that, we worked with Sewer Pack to put together a plan in a part of the city that we felt needed redevelopment the most. So the blighted area, and blight is a very basic term. I mean, it could be something as simple as your property needs paint, or maybe your concrete's busted up in front. That's considered blight. So the area that we designated as blight was from Holmes Avenue College, east of Kirkwood, and west of Buckhorn. Now we're still working through some of those things, but according to state statute, in order for us to advertise that this is up for redevelopment, we had to put out these notices by statute that your property's been blighted. It doesn't really mean a whole lot. It doesn't say the city can come in and take your property. It just gives an opportunity for somebody to come in and buy an area to redevelop it. We don't own Packard Plaza. I wish we did because we'd sell it. People that own it, they know that this is coming. Some of the tenants that are in that facility are really hoping that somebody comes in and redevelops it into a retail and multi-use family thing, or restaurants, or what have you. So in order to do that, we have to create this redevelopment district. Now when that's created, and we haven't signed off on it yet, that also allows the city to create TIF and TIF districts, which is more advantageous for any business or developers that want to come in and buy those properties at market or more and redevelop them and, again, improve the city overall. So that's how we are addressing it currently.
Ken and I are both on that CDA committee, and yes, he's absolutely right about everything that he said. Yeah, it's going to be tough, and people freaked out when they got those letters because they thought they were going to get thrown out of their homes. And he's also right about sometimes some of those homes just needed a can of paint. But yeah, some of the properties, if we could just buy some of them and put new buildings in amongst some of the older buildings, that would help. And Packard Plaza to get redeveloped would be wonderful. But I don't know. The city doesn't have the money to buy any of these properties, so it's going to take a long time for some of these things to get redeveloped. But it's in the works, and hopefully TIF district out of it. That will be, feather in our cap in case it gets started. Some of the other areas, well, I think that's if, Packard Avenue gets started, the other areas will fall into place. And with the school getting built, it's coming along a long way, and more than it has in the past, probably the past 2 decades. So I think we're on the right track.
And Joe, as mayor, how will you attract new locally owned businesses while sustaining existing businesses?
Oh, that's a tough one, because you can't make anybody come here. There's gotta be some incentives. As far as the grocery store goes, I don't see that we're ever gonna get a grocery store here. And the little mom and pop businesses, it seems like they stick around for a couple years and then, they just can't make it. It's like the cities just fell apart. The little downtown areas were great, like when we were growing up. They had everything. And then the malls came to be. And then the little downtown fell apart. Well, now the malls are falling apart. And everybody wants a standalone business. Well, and now everybody's shopping online, so that's a tough one. Some of the little businesses might come back, especially shops, the little high-end shops. I don't know, that's, you can always try those little businesses, but the whole shopping, the way people shop is totally different now. So that's gonna be a real tough one. I think it's just gonna go to the little high-end specialty shops, and that's gonna be hard to get done here. You gotta look at the income level, and people are willing to jump in their cars and just go to wherever the stores are. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so yes, we want new businesses to come here, but we also have to support the businesses that are here because we don't want them to leave. So the idea I've been thinking about for a while. So I've been out talking with a lot of the business owners along Packard Avenue, and then come to find out, which I'm gonna let the CB know, there's a little group within the group of business owners that get together once a month and they talk about how to make things better, bring more businesses in. So I'd like to tap into them and find out what their ideas are to bring more business here. I'm not a business owner, so I mean they're gonna be more affluent to that than I am. So, but to get more businesses to come, we need their help. Maybe they have ideas we haven't thought about. And this goes back to what I said before. A good idea is a good idea. Let me hear about it. Because if it sounds crazy, it just might work. So the other thing too is that we talk about how we're hiring a communication coordinator. So that person's job is going to be to advertise the city. So I was watching Discover Wisconsin the other day, and all of a sudden I see John McGivern on there promoting West Dallas and all the cool things West Dallas is doing. So you know what happened that day? My wife and I went to West Dallas to go check it all out. It was pretty cool. We have a lot of good things here. We have the lake, we have Packard Avenue, we have a lot of things to offer here. And we need to advertise the city. I saw a blurb with the Oak Creek on the same channel. And the mayor's out there talking about the city, promoting the schools, which is a topic, and as the mayor, I'm gonna get more involvement with the schools, because we're all in this together. Maybe they got some ideas to bring more people here. So yeah, so that's the plan, that's some of the ideas I have, and we're gonna get this done, trust me.
Okay, beginning with Jill. If you could change one thing in our zoning code, what would it be and why? I'm sorry, that's Ken.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sure, what's let's allow that not softball at me. All right. All right, well, to be completely transparent, the zoning is screwed up. There's been layers and layers of different zoning. So what we need to do is the city administrator, us, the CDA, planning, we all gotta get in a room and look at the map of the city of Cudahy and figure out what the zoning is and why it was that way. We've got different levels of business zoning that were layered on top of each other. And when you ask the question, how did that happen? We get a lot of shoulder shrugging. So it's not just one zoning thing, it's the entire thing. I mean, we got residential intermingled with manufacturing, we got manufacturing intermingled with business. It's all over the map. It's almost like you gotta hit the reset button and put a new map out there and figure out, okay, this is what we want here. But again, it all depends who's coming. These different businesses coming, the new residential units coming. We have to change the zoning to make all that stuff work. So it's not just one, it's many. And it's gonna take a bunch of us, not just one person, not just the mayor. Again, you know, I'm not always the smartest guy in the room, I don't know all the answers for everything. So there's always somebody that knows more about those types of things than me. So in my opinion, that's what we need to do. Hit the reset button, look at the zoning, fix it, and then along with that also, which coincides with the ordinances as well. So we have avenues, I know some of the other people are working on that, and I can't wait to see what they come up with. I'm gonna be involved with that as well, because I do sit on the CDA with Jill, and hopefully we can fix a lot of it. Thanks.
No, I have to agree totally with Ken. I think this started years ago when they were still slaughtering here and nobody was coming. That anybody that said, well, I need a little welding shop, fine, they let them do it. I want to do a little bakery, fine, you can do that too. I want an auto shop, fine, you can do that. They would just let anybody do anything just to get businesses here. Well, now the zoning, like you said, is just all over the map. So yes, you're right, we have to go look at everything and just, you know, rezone the whole city and look at everything, because years ago, I think they just let anybody do anything just to keep the city running. So it just needs to just have an overhaul of the whole map of the city.
Jill, we begin with you. What are your plans to address the contaminated parkland?
Well, that is being looked at right now. Right now, I don't think there's anything that we can do. The EPA and the DNR both looked at it and said, unless you are digging in that soil every day for years on end, there's almost no risk to your health. So I don't think there's really anything that should be done about it. There's signs put up. I think it's, you know, it's advisory. It's not a warning. The things it's telling you to do are things you should do anyway. You go home, you wash your hands. So I really don't think there's much of anything that should be done.
Okay. I totally disagree on all levels of what she said. So Cudahy Park is an issue. It's been an issue since 2014 when it was discovered. It's been an issue since the signs went up 2 years ago and constituents were calling me, what is this sign? We started digging into it. We got the studies from the DNR and the EPA. We had DHS come in. I fought like heck to get more signs posted around the park, because the signs that were posted were the size of a piece of paper and nobody was reading them. When you look at the sign, it says, when you leave the park, keep your dogs off the grass. Wash your shoes, wash your hands, wash your clothes. I don't know of any kid that goes to a park and when they leave the park, go home and do all those things. They go right to the refrigerator, go, hey mom, what's there to eat? Right? That they don't do that. And if there's no danger, then why are the signs up? I met with Supervisor Shea the other day and he totally agrees with me. And it's an issue. And it's, yes, the signs are up and it's great. We got those accomplished. Our job now is is to bring more attention to it. And where's management? They're the spillers. They have yet to show up to a meeting, one, to apologize, and two, come us with a plan to clean it up. According to any federal law, the spiller of any chemicals, it is their responsibility to clean it up. My conversation with Mr. Shea was very good. I told him that, one, if I'm the mayor, I'm gonna put together a task force of people that's gonna be their job, is to watch the park, stay up on the contamination, where are they at with these things, what other areas do we need to focus on? We need to do this. Again, they found over 900 parts per million of PCBs within a foot of the surface. So, yeah, kids are kids, and kids do stupid things. I mean, and I've seen them digging. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. My time up.
Okay, how do you feel about using town resources to support social initiatives like affordable housing, mental health programs, or diversity and inclusion efforts? And we would begin with Ken. Let me know if you want to go.
Yeah.
How do you feel about using town resources to support social initiatives like affordable housing, mental health programs, or diversity and inclusion efforts?
Well, the city doesn't have any spare money for a lot of those things, even if, we just don't. We do have the health department. They have a lot of programs that deal with, mental health issues, elderly health issues, those types of things. So we have programs available. The city doesn't have any spare money, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Wish we did. Project Concern, we like Project Concern. I wish we had some money to float their way, because they're in desperate need of money and all kinds of stuff. So, but there are federal grants we can apply for, that I was told we could apply for, that we might get to help support some of those programs. So, currently, our health department lady, the Fuentes, she gets a lot of grants right now. I'm gonna have a conversation with her to see what else she can dig up. The communications person, hopefully they have a background in grant writing, maybe they have an avenue, and there's a lot of questions we have to ask. So, programs are important. We have a large community here that is in need of some of those services, including veterans, homeless people. Again, so there are federal programs we have to tap into that we haven't done in the past. So that's all I can speak about to that. It's something that I'm still learning about too. So hopefully as things move on, we can maybe make improvements there as well.
Ken's right that the city doesn't have any extra funds for that. I would think though at the health department, they could direct them to either the county or the state, may help them find programs that could help them. Or perhaps some churches or other programs that would be able to help them rather than on the city level. And that's about probably the only thing that we could do for them. We do have some affordable housing here. And that's about probably all that we could do for them.
Okay, here's a fun one. If you received a $1 million grant to use for the city any way you wanted, what would you do with it and why? And we begin with Jill.
Oh, it's hard to say. $1 million probably wouldn't go very far. I think I'd start with fixing the roads. And again, I don't think $1 million would go very far. Why? Because just take a look at them. Yeah, the roads and the curbs would be the first thing I would go after. Because they are in great need. Yeah, and that would be gone in a minute, so.
Okay, she's right, $1 million wouldn't go very far, but roads are great. We do have a plan plan to fix the roads. We had to spend $9.5 million between last year and this year to start fixing the roads, so there's a plan in place. $1 million right now, I would definitely improve city services. We have a great fire department, great police department, DPW, engineering. They do a great job, but severely undermanned. Our fire department is staffed with only 6 firefighters a day. That's not enough. Our police department, they could use some extra people. We talked about traffic earlier. Is it a thing? Maybe, I don't know. But if we could dedicate an officer to run traffic, that's all they do on Lake Drive or Swift Avenue or Packard, I'm sure we probably could kill them, right? So I would improve the city services. I would actually get the new dump built with new facilities there. Get more firefighters because we need them. So those of you that would ask that question, what I'm talking about. So a lot of the times the guys are being pulled to the city of Milwaukee all the time to help them because they're undermanned. So the way that's all set up, we need extra guys to keep our city protected because at any given time we are unprotected. Same thing with our police. We only have 3 squads on per shift, and then third shift is only 2 squads. There is a lot going on here. There's stuff coming through the city from different agencies that they assist in, which again takes away from all the rest of the public safety within the city. So $1 million doesn't go far, but those are some things I would start throwing money at, looking at how to get those services improved.
Okay, thank you. We begin with Ken. What is the distinction between the role of the mayor and the city administrator?
Okay, so the role of the mayor, he is the CEO of the city. He is the face of the city. He's the guy or gal out there meeting with the business owners, seeing what the pulse of the community is, trying to do all that. The city administrator, he does the day-to-day operations. And I think in years past that the role of everything was pushed off to the city administrator when it came to community development, ordinance changes, zoning changes, those types of things. But it's the mayor's job to get out there and talk to the people. Be out there, see what people are feeling. You are the taxpayers. You tell me what you want, and we'll see if we can do it. The city administrator, his job is to see if we can do it because he's going to make the dollars and cents of it. So his job is day-to-day operations. The mayor's job is overview of the entire city. What can we improve on? What are the long-term goals? What are the short-term goals? Things that are short-term goals that are easily achievable. I'll give you one example that I know I can do as the mayor like the next day. I can get the dump open 1 more day a week. No problem. I've already laid the groundwork. It can be done. So those are the things. The mayor has to have an open door policy, open to good ideas, be transparent. The city administrator does the day-to-day stuff, and sometimes he has to tell the mayor, hey, well, we'd like to do that, but maybe we hold off a little bit because of the money. So, and he also manages City Hall, oversees the departments, and then reports back to the mayor.
Okay, we were one of the last cities to get a city administrator. So that was a big deal a couple of years ago. To me, the mayor is like the head cheerleader for the city. He goes out and sells the city and finds out what the citizens want and what they need and what they think of the city. And then the mayor sells it. The city administrator actually has a degree in city management. And yeah, he runs the day-to-day operations. The mayor is the CEO, like Ken said, of the city. He runs all the departments and is the head of everything. But the city administrator does the day-to-day operations. So yeah, the mayor is the head cheerleader for the city, and he just he sells the city. So that is the difference.
Okay, so speaking of selling the city then, what are your ideas to attract young families to Cudahy? And we begin with
Okay, our new apartment complex on Layton and Packard is going to be apartments. And the young people nowadays are more interested in apartments than owning homes, even with families. they wanna just pack up and go. They don't want to have to sell a home when they wanna leave. They just wanna run out their lease and leave. So I think that is a big attraction. And those that do want homes, we've got some really nice, small starter homes here in the city. And I think the word is going to get out when they start seeing the new development that we have with that apartment complex and the new one that hopefully will be starting later this year where the ice port was going to be. That word is going to get out about that one, and we're going to attract more families with that one too. So I think that is going to be a big attraction. And we've got parks here, and we've got the lakefront here, bike paths, and that's all going to be attractive to families. So I think we do have things to attract young families.
She's correct on some things. Yes, we have new developers coming in, it's gonna bring in more younger families. But again, we have to advertise. We're by the lake, that's one of our biggest assets here. Our median home prices are about $250,000, which is attractive to younger families. They can probably afford it. The next other thing too is schools. We need to advertise our schools. I've been talking with the schools. I sit in on strategic planning. I've mentioned to Dr. Gardner that you have all these programs at the high school. You have a wood shop, metal shop, auto shop, robotics, CNA, all these things. And why we need to advertise that better as well. That's gonna bring younger families to our communities because their kids are wanting to get involved in those things. I actually took it a step further. I reached out to the Milwaukee Building Trade Council who endorsed me to be the mayor here. And I said, Cudahy High School is willing to take more of those programs that you guys offer. HVAC guys, sheet metal guys, electrician guys, and set up the programs at no cost to the school and bring all that in. And then when the kids become seniors, they can be plucked right out of there into apprenticeship programs to get these awesome paying jobs. If we advertise that correctly, that's gonna bring a lot of families here. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. We need to partner with the schools and promote the city, promote all we have to offer. There's no reason why Cudahy High School can't be like the new Milwaukee Tech. We also are close to downtown. We get 794. We're 10 minutes from downtown. We're 10 minutes from Fiserv Forum, American Family Field. So living here, you can live in a smaller community, but yet have access to the bigger downtown and all the amenities they offer there.
Okay, the next question, we begin with Ken. Can you comment or address the handling of unkept properties with absentee landlords?
I'll try. I can tell you that I've been involved with some of this. Unfortunately, as long as they're upkeeping their property to the minimum code standards, there's really not a whole lot the city can do. If the home looks dilapidated or if you feel it's an unsafe property, you can go to the website, you go to City Hall, file an anonymous complaint, the inspectors will follow up, but just know that the city inspectors are not allowed on private property unless they're given permission to do so. So our hands are kind of tied unless there's some egregious thing or the tenants let the inspectors in. As long as the property's up to the basic of the code, there's not a whole lot that we can do as a city. I don't like it, I know a lot of you don't like it, but that's just the world we live in, so.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, there was an incentive here in the city to convert duplexes into single-family homes, trying to get rid of the rentals and the absentee landlords. Not many people took advantage of that. But yeah, if the tenants were to call and complain about the property, usually the inside being in rough shape, then we can get inside and look and perhaps even get the health department involved. But yeah, like Ken said, if, you can send letters to the landlord saying what all these problems are. Our hands are really tied, so there's really not much to do unless there's code violations, and then even then, they just let it go, they pay the fines, and it's not much we can do.
Do you support traffic calming measures, make it, and other ways to make it safer to walk, bike, and drive? If so, where?
Yes, I do, support, measures, traffic measures. I believe it was Jen who really got run over just this past week, trying to help somebody cross the street, and somebody just whizzed right past her and nearly knocked her down. So yes, we do have to slow the traffic down on Packard Avenue as well as some of the other roads, Swift, Lake. People just don't look out for pedestrians. I mean, it's a state law. If people are walking in a crosswalk, you're supposed to stop. They don't, they just whiz around them. So yes, we have got to get the traffic to slow down, especially if you want businesses. People are going to be walking around. We've got to get the traffic to slow down before somebody gets killed. So yes, I do support that, and if I am here, I will have traffic studies done.
Yeah, so going back to what I said earlier, we've heard the complaints. Are there some people that speed? Yes. The speed limit on Packard Avenue is 25, so I don't know how much slower you want to go. Unless we just completely close it off and make it into like a walking boulevard, like downtown Las Vegas or something, but, you know, Lake Drive, again, it's 35 and it goes down to 25. The current council, we are moving forward, we're gonna change it to 25 the whole way, from college all the way to Lake. So, I don't know what you mean by measures. I mean, I'm a proponent of if we get the speed minders out there and collect the data to show that there is a problem, then some of the things we can do, and I've talked to the police chief about this, I've talked to the officers in the field, is that if there's a certain time of day that the data is collected and they know this is happening, we can set a squad over there. Or the previous police chief, he would put a dummy squad over there. And that doesn't mean there's an officer in case you were So, and they did that on Swift, and it is a deterrent. So other traffic calming measures, I mean, you know, whatever they may be, there's always a cost factor tied to those things. There's always more than what people think. So, you know, I'm a proponent of show me the data. Show me the data that shows these things, and then we'll address the problem and find out the best way to address that problem. So that's what I would do. Again, we've gotten the complaints, I've gotten complaints, and we put the speed minders on, one being on Dale Avenue, which has been there now for 2 weeks. And when I checked in, they're like, yeah, there might be 1 out of 30 that's going over 25 miles per hour. So I guess we gotta collect all that first, and then see where we land.
How do you support the minority members of our community, people of color and LGBTQIA citizens? Let me begin with Ken.
I think we do a pretty good job now. I mean, a lot of my neighbors are diverse like that, and we all get along, and we all support each other. You know, I think we just, I think it's in our mission statement is that we're a very accepting city, open city, and we're willing to welcome anybody in. So I don't know how much more we can do than that. I don't hear of any racial problems or any type of hate crime going on to those communities. So, you know, we do a lot of the festivals, you know, over right here for the library, and it's always a diverse group of people, and I don't know of any major problems that are going on. So I think we as a community, which is good to us, all of you, is that you're pretty accepting of a lot of people. Because we all come from different walks of life and have a lot to offer as neighbors and friends. So, I don't think it's an issue here. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's not what I've seen. We do a good job here. You know, we have live shows at Key Ranch, and that brings people from outside the area here, from all over the Milwaukee County, and everyone just has a great time. So, unless there's a specific problem that somebody can tell me about, I think we're good.
I totally agree. I haven't witnessed any problems. That doesn't mean there aren't any. But, yeah, it just seems like people want to pigeonhole everybody. You know, you're black, white, you're gay, you're straight, and that's what the problem is. You're pigeonholing people. If you just let everybody live together, we're all in this together, then we're all going to get along. Just let us all live, you know, live together, and don't keep pigeonholing everybody. Because I haven't noticed any problems. We live on a cul-de-sac, and it's like the United Nations in the cul-de-sac. We've got quite a variety, and we're all just getting along just fine.
Okay, this will be the last question. We'll start with Jill. How would you describe the relationship between the city government and the school board?
That's going to be a tough one. Boy, it's, I guess it seems to be all right. I really haven't had much contact with the school board, and I'm not real sure that the, City Hall really gets involved with the school board much. They're kind of separate entities. And, yeah, I really can't even comment on that.
So I would say it's getting better. When I first became the alderman here, there was some contention between us and the schools, and when I started asking why, nobody could give me an answer. So somewhere way back when, or wherever, somebody got their feelings hurt over something, and whatever, because you ask around, we don't know. So, as the mayor, and I've been attending the strategic planning meetings at the school, I've been invited, so thank you to them. Sitting in and seeing what they're doing on their side of things to make the schools better. They're doing a great job, and I still want to be involved in that. As the mayor, to continue to better that relationship, one, we are talking about sharing that marketing person I talked about earlier to not only promote the city, but to promote the schools as well. I also plan on having a school board member or whomever from the school board to be on the agenda as to give an update to the council, either once a month, twice a month, or whatever, or tell us what's going on. Is there something we can help you with, or maybe there's something you can help us with? So it's all about communication. The relationship is getting better. I know the president of the school board really well. I think her and I, we work well together. I want to continue that because we're all in this together. And when I talked about earlier, we're bringing more programs into the schools. That's going to bring more people here. It's going to bring, and all of a sudden you'll start to see all these other things start to happen. So yeah, so that's my goal with that.
Thank you. We're going to move on to the closing statements, 3 minutes each, and I would say that the topics that we didn't get to that were submitted, in case you want to comment on these, are plans for the Kmart property, the importance of the library to Cudahy, and financial support for the arts and culture. And Ken, you're up first.
I'll just hit the Kmart thing really quick. We don't own Kmart. We don't know what's going on with it. We sent letters to the people who bought it, so we don't know. I feel that my experience in the fire service as a retired fire captain has made me well qualified to lead the city and the citizens and the city employees to move the city forward. I believe in empowerment. I believe in getting fresh ideas, thinking outside the box, involving as many people as we can to make the best decisions to move our city forward. The library, very important. My wife likes the library. I like the library. I got some ideas to help the library out as time moves forward. The arts and everything are very important. We are looking at developing these lots outside here, which had some really nice artistic renditions that I feel will reflect the city and some of the history of the city. But as your new mayor, just know that I will be out there working every day. I know it's a part-time gig, but I'm retired, so I got all the time to do whatever I need to do. I will be there. So you can call me any time of the day, you can send me an email, you can even call me up and tell me I'm full of it too, that's fine, I got thick skin, I'm good with that. So, but yeah, it's gonna take all of us to move the city forward. If somebody has some crazy idea, I wanna hear about it. So I'm always accessible, I'm very respectful to everybody, and I wanna thank everybody for coming tonight, listening to all the answers, and hopefully, you know, if you haven't made your decision already, this will help you make the best decision for the city.
As we've discussed, we face both challenges and opportunities. Challenges that come with revitalizing our neighborhoods, bringing back businesses, and ensuring we preserve what makes our community unique. But we also have incredible opportunities to transform our city into a place where every resident feels proud to call home. The ideas we've shared tonight are not just about building new buildings or paving new roads. They're about strengthening the very fabric of our city, about creating a vibrant, welcoming community where opportunities are abundant, where traditions are honored, and where every resident has a voice. I believe in the potential of our people, and I believe that together we can make meaningful progress. Whether it's enhancing curb appeal to make our streets more inviting, fostering volunteerism to empower each of you to make a difference, or supporting our small businesses as they drive our local economy, I am committed to being the mayor who listens. Tonight, I ask for your trust, your vote, and your partnership as we work to shape a city that honors its past, embraces its future, and provides a bright tomorrow for generations to come. Together, we can make the city a place where everyone thrives. Thank you.
Thank you. The league reminds you that our democracy depends on citizen involvement. The turnout among registered voters in Cudahy in the April 2023 election, which was considered a high turnout election because it also had a state Supreme Court race on it, was 45% of registered voters. So I trust that you all intend to vote on April 1st or earlier, and I hope that you will help to increase voter turnout by encouraging your friends to vote. On behalf of Safe Haven and the League of Women Voters, thank you to our candidates for running for office and for appearing here tonight. And thank you to Safe Haven, and thanks to all of you for attending. Thank you.